Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here, and in today's video I wanted to talk about 5 attacks that I think are overrated. When I talk about the attacks being overrated, I don't mean that they are weak. This is not a downplaying video. What I talk about is that this attack either have significant drawbacks, or they could be punishable, or they are not that good at achieving their goals. And I'm gonna start with Ibuki, and of course, if I'm gonna talk about Ibuki in this context, the attack I'm gonna talk about is of course the Air EX Kunai. Air EX Kunai is a fantastic attack, don't get me wrong, this is amazing. As you can see, this is plus 19 on block. It is a kind of a bypass neutral tool, and it is very good. But the reason that this attack made the list for me, and why I always thought it was kind of not as good as people believe it is because there is significant counterplay to this. Because the trajectory of the kunai itself is fixed. So for example, when Ibuki does it, if you happen to, for example, neutral jump it, you can get full combo punishes on Ibuki. So this is pretty dangerous. Even if I neutral jump, you will also get full conversions here. So while I do think the attack is really strong, you have to consider how much you can get if you made a read on it. And for that reason, I think this attack, while being really good, it's not like a top tier attack. It's not like top 5 best attacks in the game, in my opinion. And now for my number 2 attack, I wanted to talk about Ken's EX Fireball. Especially when he does it in the corner. Ken players will do the EX Fireball in the corner when they mess up a target combo confirm. Like they will try to fish with the target combo, they see it get blocked, and to make it safe, they will do the EX Fireball. The EX Fireball is plus on block, so they will continue with the pressure, for example, like throwing as Ken is doing here. This sequence seemed really good until you notice that the EX Fireball is only plus 1 on block. So this means that you can actually 3-frame here. Let's try to 3-frame in this instance. If you do a 3-frame, you will actually hit Ken out of it. Remember again, Ken doesn't actually have a 3-frame himself. Ken doesn't have a 3-frame normal, right? So what happens if Ken try to do a light punch, for example? If Ken try to do his light punch, you will trade because Ken is only plus 1. His jab is 4 frames, the use is 3 frame. So a 3 frame will always trade with his 4 frame. So even then he wasted his bar, and the best he could get is a trade. Let's say you don't have a 3 frame yourself. What can Ken actually get? Let's check this out. If you did the same sequence again, Ken is now trying to block, right? He's doing the EX Fireball and holding down back. If this is happening, let's check it out again. The V reversal is guaranteed. So even if Ken does this and you decided to V reversal the EX Fireball, this is guaranteed. So you never actually have to respect Ken's EX Fireball in the corner as much. Don't let him use that for extended pressure because it is really fake. And now for my number 3 attack, of course I wanted to talk about Cody, and of course the attack I wanted to talk about is the EX Zonk. EX Zonk is such a weird attack for me because I think it is an almost really stupid attack but also have some drastic drawbacks. Here is the issues with EX Zonk. Of course, if your opponent happen to block it, let's say for example Poison is blocking it and is even standing in place. Let's say she's not even trying to walk back, she's just sitting in place. If she's doing this, Cody cannot really shake his opponent low, right? This doesn't really work. He can't get a conversion from that. His only other option is doing the target combo, right? And the issue is that if your opponent happen to block it, like let's say for example the same thing, Cody is gonna be at least -6, and Cody can't cancel out of the second hit of the target combo, and he needs to at least 2 hits to hit confirm. So he can't actually hit confirms this. He cannot really convert into anything. At most, you are gonna get a low kick. So at most you're getting a crouching light kick or a crouching medium kick, right? And that's for 1 EX bar. If you happen to do it, he's not in throw range. He can throw his opponent after it. As a matter of fact, the only time Cody can actually do something with this use EX zonk is when he have V trigger 1. With V-Trigger 1, this now becomes a real thing, but otherwise it is kinda lame, to be honest. Not only that, it is also very susceptible to V-Trigger, V-reversals. So for example, if your character have a knockdown V-reversal, you could always knock Cody on the first hit. Like, this is what you should always do, right? Always knock him back. And even then, if your opponent try to do something else, let's say for example have Poison try to backdash, like she will block it and then try to backdash. Of course you get nothing. If you hit her even with a crouching medium kick, there is an air reset and she's really far away. You have pretty much reset the neutral at this point, right? If we want to compare this attack to another one that is similar in a way, but a lot cheaper, let's talk about, for example, Poison's medium EX raid, right? That is the biggest difference, right? With Poison, she is always in throw range, which makes it a lot stronger. Poison gets a legit +2 situation. Cody doesn't really. And I don't want EX Zonk to be buffed anymore, I think it's fine as it is. So it is a really good attack, I think, but also it's not nearly as good as people think it is. And I will leave you with this next clip to show you how bad the hitbox actually is on EX Zonk. So yeah, as you saw, the hitbox on the EX Zonk is so hilariously bad. If you just mash jab, you're gonna stop Cody from approaching you. The one best thing about EX Zonk, and the one thing I think is really cheap, is using it for V-Trigger 2 activation. Because for example, if Poison try to V-reversal here, you could V-Trigger activate and you will get a command grab. So this is pretty cheap. I think this is really cheap. Maybe they could reduce the advantage on V-Trigger activation a little bit and improve it otherwise. But I don't know, I don't also want Cody to be a super unga bunga character. I don't like to see my favorite character being played like a complete monkey. So it is what it is, but yeah, EX Zonk in my opinion is a little bit iffy. And now time for the one move that I think is a little bit overrated, that I'm sure most people will disagree with me. And make no mistake, I think it is really good. I still think it's really good, but I do think people overrate it. And of course, the attack that I wanted to talk about is the EX Reverse. This move is the bane of existence of the online players, right? It's a really good attack, and it's really tricky because Poison does have a lot of air control there. And the issue with the EX Devil Reverse is that most of the time people will try to use anti-airs that hint in front of them, not above them. So for example, let me show you this. If I'm using Guile and I try to anti-air this with a flash kick, my flash kick will whiff because Guile is moving forward, right? So it is frustrating. Like, it is frustrating to use an attack like something like the flash kick and see it whiff like that. I understand that this is frustrating, but the thing about this is you wanna walk back. First of all, Poison cannot possibly cross you up. So if you just keep holding back, he cannot actually cross you up, right? So you wanna wait until Poison is descending, and as he is descending, you wanna use an anti-air that hits above your head. You want a move that hits directly above your head. Something like Guile's Crouching Heavy Punch. This will actually work 10 times better than his flash kick, because this hits above Guile's head, right? This is the type of attack that you wanna use to anti-air the EX Devil Reverse. The EX Headstorm is bullshit. The attack have a lot of variants, but even if Poison lands behind you, if you do the Crouching Heavy Punch and he lands behind you, you will not get punished because you are doing a normal. It doesn't have that much recovery. So the way to deal with the EX Devil Reverse, in my opinion, is wait it out, and when he is descending, do an attack that hits above your head, and you should be okay. And now I'm gonna talk about what I do think is the most overrated attack in the game, and it might surprise some people, but the attack I'm gonna talk about is Akuma's Back Heavy Punch, especially the Back Heavy Punch as an anti-air. This attack, of course, is still really stupid good, right? Let's here have Chun-Li try to jump in on us. If Akuma lands it, he gets to combo a Demon Flip with a lot of Oki. He gets a lot of combo opportunities out of this. You might get something like EX Tatsu with it and then get a DB. He gets a lot. It's a really stupid good anti-air, right? But the thing about this back heavy punch is, just like many other normal anti-airs, this is very susceptible to the grappler jump. And again, the grappler jump is a very important concept. It's such an important concept in the neutral game and the footsies game of any Street Fighter game, to be honest, not just Street Fighter 5. So let's check it out. What happens if Chun-Li did the empty grappler jump? So as you can see, if this happens, Akuma gets melted, right? The attack doesn't actually have as much horizontal hitbox as you would think. It is only really hitting because your opponent is jumping in with a normal. An empty jump will be able to blow through it. And this is why when you are playing Akuma, if you are an Akuma player, you're gonna need to DP. A lot of Akuma players get lazy and always use back heavy punch. But if you do, and your opponent knows the matchup, they can hella punish you for this. And that is pretty much it for today's video. I hope that you have learned something new from this. And I know these are some controversial. Again, this is all very subjective. This is my opinion based on my experiences playing these characters and playing against these characters. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment. It helps the channel so much. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.